Aha, I who TV. Make sure like your comments and share my videos in it. It seems say after say a super delegate conference in a course no. A idea say about to no after say results in a by a nipa mienu a pie mutu inti I was say a sato or mumienu so aba na ba kuka kan a 4 no no 5 na a year 4th November yetumi sone wo muso na yi nipa baako eno na eye yem papa baako edi nsem bi aba monte so say de eye race ni wagem eye Boakye Agyarko aba monte so eye ono achidini edi nsem bi aba monte so de ntia papa no say wagem a or resign every eye race ya omukoya sebi odi nkukoyi bi aba na mesel say obe subscribe to Ayiwo TV obe like charging trivia or for video or your comment section so ede yama mesel say obe koso amano ayi positive ede
a special aid to the Honorable Boakye Agyarko. Francis ekosi senso ne akwaba
medasi pi mini apanyene akwenya ya adiamame
na etesen
nyame adom ahoden wo ho megidi se onu atiefo nso ahoden wo ho
nyame adom obia ho ye enti basically from statement enra mu issue ye no na the Honorable Boakye Agyarko wa hohoro ne nsa afi anything presidential election with the MPP on
no sene yenkrata ni fikire no inti se obama makwenya kakra ma menkyere nsem ni mu kakra bi na atiefo titru party for inya entiase no
me ma talk to yes
yeko Saturday na yeko to ya ba special electoral college no yekoyi nipa dodo no na aba enum na yekoba no ebeto odwa se enum na ye hwehwe no afedie yenya ensia na tese e wo se yeko runoff na runoff ne ho ntotoye ne ahoboa na yekusu a ye ya enra ebeto odwa se National Council akohia na ejinatu o mafa ne se runoff ya eba sui nipa 955 a enano memende twam yi omutu ye ni enye omu na ebesa to nemum National Council ekuo no a okan omudodo omu ya 135 omu na ombeto na reason ti a omude yesa ne se yedikan omu se budget constraint sika eni ho sa se yede beye runoff no the 16 regions ebium amanone officers a omu free amanone ebeto abameminde twam no National Council susu se dodo na ekọ back intino yenya nipa dodo na amomo meto ebio National Council kan wo brofun se expediency se de beya ni ntem so intino ni miensa reasons miensa intino National Council susu se 135 National Council members spending the beto
na meba menia sa reasons miensa na woma sisia no where did you get them from?
From the General Secretary's press engagement.
In someone in some trouble no. Because I have the official statement, a General Secretary in Sasha in front of me. But in this statement, what reasons be? You're saying, say,
I'm quoting the General Secretary from the press engagement or Enra.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yensaka press engagement no and you responded to the chairman of the elections committee say adia say a National Council no unfair and then it is an act of injustice. Esan say there is an agreed guidelines yediko election and then you don't change the guidelines in the middle of the game. Yenya and to be say Yako general election December 7th. Na say akoba ne say MPP and NDC Yako runoff. Na electoral commission abase Ghana for runoff ya yekwe. Tikeni ho runoff ya yekwe. Yenyan mo mframa no ni babeto no mo sa akọ runoff ya yekwe. Ni ntemu ntunti no. Mo amoto aba edikan no. Enye mo na mbeto runoff na emum yedi kuo bi te say parliamentarians for any to runoff no. Ebasa se Ghana for enye yede. Said Yana Akosiwo MPP. It stands Sentina Boakye Agyarko, Agyarko, chairman of the elections committee, say MPP, Yebayan Shehama, Yebu Yankasa Yemraso, Edemra Ashe and Semdia, and Yana Boakye Agyarko on Pese or Dimiti, and Anthony who Ebetri and you may be see. Intino watching home every about 1 so. Montwaso na Munye Maba. At the end of the day, no, or your party ni, or that's who a party na Bibia also or your boa party, but because why send or yenesano. Now, ready, Midema Nusina, made 2 questions by Quakim say. They say 4th November, you better na ye Flagbearer.
Sure.
Say you two nothing no say call runoff. National Council never to a decide yana.
That's an interesting question, but is it not something the constitution of the party? Because if you look at provisional a share party necessary omunya aspirants more than 5 omunya super delegate conference, that provision did not contemplate say a tie a bebanti constitutional provision and can be emfa a possible runoff and what the party should do. And according to the party, elections committee, and a day process I said there would be a runoff. Even the elections committee rules, they just ended. I said there will be a runoff. Oman procedure and what will go into that runoff. And National Council feels there is a lacuna, which lacuna the same constitution authorizes them or empowers them to deal with. And now, how the runoff will be done, why do you have a problem with that?
All right, let's agree. Say yes, National Councils make regulations where the Constitution does not speak directly to. Yes, but then again, don't you think say unfair to say that? Oma omoto 955 now omoto they are not going to vote for the runoff. Name a subsection of that 955 no na omobe assuming the role or the functions of the 955 now omoko to last Saturday no. In any case, when there is an election and there comes a runoff, nipaku omoko to no oma na to runoff no.
Yeah, and some can argue say when there is an election na runoff bar, there are rules about govern that particular election. If in that rules, it's stated in black and white, say runoff bar, the same people at Troy and sign atwa. There is a point. When in the regulation governing the election, that regulation says when there is a tie, there will be a runoff. And stated in black and white who will vote in that runoff. Can you then assume, say, or more a toy and a chinchinachi or so almost to runoff, no? And now more constitution and National Council coin say looking at the exigencies of the time, the prevailing circumstances, no, National Council can decide, say, okay, runoff the ye be runoff, no, by a quiet be. Can the National Council take that decision?
Before I answer that, let me draw your attention to some of the arguments a buyer, a man runoff, a share the guidelines. Prior to the elections, some of the presidential aspirants made propositions say, yen use a composite ballot. Statistically, it will be impossible for a runoff. To say the year to a national vice chairman abana no ukwa o selected 3 ukwa no selected 3. In that case no statistically no we there runoff intimate just like how our committee abano statistically runoff
okay,
all these provisions were made, they were suggested to the elections committee. That is where they brought in the case say yankoto no 1:1 na say ebane say then we will go for a runoff. And ordinarily, say a kotuaba na se runoff bar. omokoto first no, oma ne to run off no. But here is the case, people are arguing, say, now, because the law is silent on that, National Council can pass a sub-guideline, and I say an addendum, to change the rules of the game, and say, only National Council for which is a subsection of the Special College per NN court. First of all, it is an unfair treatment. It is an act of injustice. Because National Council 435 cannot assume the role and position of 955 for Omokoto last Saturday.
On Asempa FM.
Because of the enyese number ni so akeke, but just say National Council change rules no midway and o boss ewo problem with, right?
Yes, he feels it is an act of injustice and then it is not fair. Violation of the guidelines. If that is what is going to happen this Saturday, and yeah, watching him free.
But is your boss also minded, say, realistically, say, Oshe, the cost implications any idea at the end of the day, a tie. And that tie has to be broken for one person to join 4 na akano. And when there is within that democratic space, if there is any formula to break that tie, which would be an election of a sort, any idea, why should your boss be worried? Looking at the cost complaints, almost saying ye BBA bio, was 17 voting centers, nina delegate wa man on Babac bio, all of those considerations.